Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 2 of the 2021 Super Formula Championship here in the south of Japan at the Okayama International Circuit. My name is Milan in the commentary booth. Today we've got 20 minutes of qualifying here to kick off yet another round of the Super Formula Championship, and it should be an exciting one as we head to Okayama for the second ever time in the ACOC and the first ever time in Super Formula. So a brand new track and a brand new addition for this year's Super Formula season. It should be yet another exciting qualifying session as it was in Fuji. Jafari Blackwood in the team Tom's car, first man out on track, and as he is about to begin his lap of the circuit, I will take you through the track. So the Okayama International Circuit, located near the town of Mimasaka in the Okayama Prefecture of Japan. The track was opened in November of 1990, then named TI Circuit Aida, TI standing for the then owners of the track, Tanaka International. It was opened as a private motor racing track for the wealthy, and it hosted its first race as a race for gentleman drivers. But in the following years, in 1994 and 95, it did host Formula One racing when it hosted the Pacific Grand Prix, both being won by Michael Schumacher in that year. It hosted a few other racing series over the years, the International Touring Car Championship, the Japanese GT Championship, and then also a few, and then even the World Touring Car Championship did come here as well. Nowadays then, the track hosts Super GT, has hosted it ever since 1999. It also has recently started hosting GT World Challenge Asia, and also the feeder series to Super Formula Lights is hosted here today, but not Super Formula. Super Formula did come here all the way up until 2020, so they officially don't race here anymore. Either way, this layout, which is one of 3 layouts, which has remained since 1990, it is 3.7 kilometers long and features 13 turns, and we should expect lap times in about the 1:15. Race lap record around here is a 1:15.237. And well, we've only been here once in the ACOC. Super Formula came here 2 seasons ago for what was then the Okayama E-Prix. And that's been the only visit to the track, but yeah, nice to see that we're finally able to add another Japanese track to the calendar, as we're now having the times coming in on the board. There's Samet Özkan, just making its way to the top of the timing sheets ahead of Leon Tremblant. There's Chisetti going up into P14. She raced here back in her Formula E days, so she's one of the few drivers on the field to actually have a tiny bit of experience around these cars, but obviously, or not these cars, but I mean the track. But well, obviously not in these cars, as they are way, way faster than the Formula E machines. Rahul Patel then currently in 13th. He heads through turn number 4. This track, as I did say, not very long. It's only 3.7 kilometers, so it is one of the shortest tracks on the calendar, but it is a very, very tricky track in terms of corner variation and well, elevation as well. So yeah, it is not an easy challenge, this track, not at all, as Tremblant now goes up into provisional pole with a 1:15.259. currently on yet another flyer as he heads down to the hairpin, turn number 5. Özkan responds. He takes it back from Tremblant with a 1:15.222. He goes about about 400 of a second faster. That's Chisetti up into 8th. Italian making strides then, as she goes up into P8. Functionok Chaoshainat went up into 10th as well. There's Rahul Patel getting improvement up into 13th. Goes the defending champion. Miranevji currently in last. Improves, however, he's not able to get himself out of P19 just yet. As we look at Patel heading into turn number 4, Atwood Curve as it is called. Courtney Simpson getting himself up into 3rd with a 1:15.445. At the moment, though, Kondo Racing are doing very well for themselves. P2 and P4 in qualifying so far. That's Leon Tremblant in 2nd and Zachary Fitzwater in 4th at the moment. So, yeah, they are having quite a good time at the moment. It's Patel in the 2nd sector, about 5/10 off on Özkan as he heads through turn 9. Now then into the final 2 corners through turn 10, then turn 11. Chisetti gets herself up into 5th. Another improvement from the Italian. Same from the man from Thailand, Functionok Chaoshainat. We're going to see what Rahul Patel can do as he's now going to go across the line. And it's no improvement for Patel, so he stays where he is. What about FG behind? He gets himself up into 18th, just about, but gets pushed down to last as Mateusz Material goes up into P17. Material, who had a very, very good opening race last time out, made up a lot of positions from his qualifying position, and obviously he'll be looking to keep that momentum running from Fuji here to Okayama. As we're just looking at Material, he's got Miranevji there just up ahead, so I think he is being held up and his lap times are being hampered here. There behind, I think that's one of the Kondo Racing cars there in the back, followed by one of the Team Dandelion cars as well. So see all these guys in the pack heading through turn number 8 and then 9. Very, very tight corners as well. Easy to get them wrong. As yeah, that was Fitzwater, as we see FG and Material coming in. On board with Zachary Fitzwater then. Oh, they are running a bit wide. That's not going to do any wonders for him, as he's now going to start his lap then of the Okayama circuit. Not quite, as he's actually got the Team Dandelion car on the inside line there. That's Aiden Smith, as Smith tries to go around the outside of Fitzwater, but he runs wide a bit and onto the gravel. And, well, safe to say, this hasn't done either of them any wonders on their laps. There is Ekoto Sambi, the Kenyan, getting himself into P5. Good lap from Ekoto Sambi, who didn't really score points on his debut at Fuji. But, yeah, good to see that he's maybe got it running now. There's Jafari Blackwood. With that lap time, he gets himself ahead of his teammate Giulia Chisetti and goes up into P6. There's Linus Timmel, the man who started on pole last week, going up into P9. Team Tom's doing very well for themselves as well here. Blackwood P6 with Chisetti in P7, so they've got both of their cars relatively close to each other and in the top 10, so they really can't complain about that for the time being. But we have still got 10 minutes left on the clock, so anything can and will still happen. As we have always seen in Super Formula, it is the end of the sessions that tend to get more hectic when we're talking about qualifying. Stimel heads through turn number 7 and down this little straightaway into sharp left-hander turn number 8, Redman as it's called, then through the right of Hobbs, turn number 9. Staying on that inside line through turn 9 and then into the pit lane he comes. So he's actually not going to finish up the lap, Linus Timel. And he comes into the pit lane instead. Pavel Sar, there in 17th, was managing an improvement in the lone Drago Corsa car. As he now heads down into turn number 4. Through the long left-hander and then down the straight. Just looking at the man who was at the opposite end of the straight, you see Rahul Patel there just out on a flyer as well. As Sar now heads down into turn 5. Through the right of the hairpin as it is called, and then into turn 6 Revolver as it is called. There's the turn 7 Piper. All these corners do have names. Even the first and last corner, which is creatively named First Corner and Last Corner. So, yeah. But I guess that is a nice thing about Japanese circuits. The Japanese do tend to like their corner names. As Pavel Sar is going to go across the line. Can the Estonian improve? No, he cannot. And he unfortunately has to stay in P17 for the time being. 8 minutes to go, so there's still a decent amount of time for Sar to possibly squeeze out a 10th or 2. As we're looking at Cesetti now, facing quite a bit of traffic here then, as she heads down the back straight. Cesetti won't be too happy about this, but she's going to try to get past one of the cars, gets her car into a bit of a slide, and well, that is going to lose her quite a lot of time. There is Joseph Kang in the Team Mugen, getting into P9. One fun fact I actually did learn just right before the stream. Mugen, as in Team Mugen, means unlimited in Japanese. So that is actually pretty cool. As going up into P4 in the Nakajima Racing is Mateusz Material. The Polish man delivers a very, very good lap to us. It's a 1:15.467. And he gets himself onto the second row with that lap provisionally. Very well done from Mateusz Material. And that now brings one of the... that brings both Nakajima Racing cars within the top 5. Currently, though, it's only one Inging in the top 10 as we're looking at Niar Nevji. He was able to improve up into P16. He's not quite able to get himself into the top 10, though, so yeah. There's a bit left to be desired for the Swede so far. As he heads through turn number 4. Obviously, wasn't any points for him in the opening round of the season at Fuji either. So we'll see if he'll be able to change that heading into here at Okayama. He heads through turn number 6 and then into the second left-hander of turn number 7. Material improves once again, and up into P3 the young Polish man goes. 5,000th improvement over Courtney Simpson, and he now gets himself into the top 3. Very well done from Mateusz Material. As FG now rounds turn number 10 and then turn number 11, the last corner. And he's going to go across the line. Aiden Smith gets himself up into P3. Very good lap from him. Ikoto Sambi now goes 3rd. FG goes up into P15 with that lap. But Ikoto Sambi doing very well for himself as well in that Impul car. So good stuff from Ikoto Sambi. See what he is going to do as he's actually up on Samet Özkan in the first sector there. So Sambi looking very, very good on pace in this later end of the session. Could potentially be fighting for pole here if he keeps this pace up. So now heads through into sector 2. He's got the KCMG car there just up ahead, which might cause him a bit of issues. as Material gets himself up into 4th. Ahead of Aiden Smith then. Ekoto Sambi just missed out on that P2 spot by not even 200ths of a second. He is really cutting it close to that pole time, as we're going to see Emilia Konichina, former Formula 1 driver, is going to come across the line. What is she going to be able to do then with this lap? She goes across the line. P12 for Konichina. And the Polish woman gets herself a bit closer to the points-paying positions. There's Zachary Fitzwater now going up into P4. I think Smith actually was able to get himself ahead of Mateusz Material. So, yeah, good stuff from Aiden Smith, but even better from Zachary Fitzwater, the Australian, doing very well for himself. As there is Linus Timell, and now the improvements are really pouring in. Timell getting himself up into 8th in the BMAX Racing. 1:15.510. He gets himself out of both the Team Tom's cars. So we're looking at the man in P11, just shy of the top 10 by about 1/10 of a second. Joseph Kang. We'll see what he is going to be able to do then as he heads into turn number 5, I mean. And then into turn 6. He's got the Team Impol car there just up ahead of, that is Eric Novosad. Is there in the middle sector. You can tell he is really being held up. 1.5 off in the middle sector. Kang seems to be struggling then, as he does come into the pit lane along with Linus Timell. Eric Novosad is gonna continue as he does run a bit wide in the final corner, but he is gonna start a lap here of the Okayama International Circuit, heading into turn 1. Then there's his teammate heading into turn 1, and we're really not getting a clean lap here at all. Where every time we go on board, someone tends to get held up or make a mistake. But Novosad heading through the Moss S, as it is called, through turn 3 and then into Atwood Curve, turn number 4, holding the inside line as the track goes uphill. Down the back straight now. Gonna get a decent amount of slipstream from his teammate Sambi there up ahead as he heads into the sharp break. He's on a turn number 5 on the inside. Is he gonna try to make the move on his teammate? Isn't getting close enough to do anything there as he heads through turn 6 and then turn number 7. Piper now down this little straightaway into turn number 8 as the track goes uphill through the left-hander, holding that inside line as we head through turn 9. Late apex there from Novosad as he heads into Mike Knight corner, turn number 10. Bit more of a faster right-hander into the last corner, turn number 11, to finish up the lap, but I doubt this will be an improvement for Eric Novosad as he comes across the line, and unsurprisingly, he is not improving. So that was quite a scuffed lap of the Okayama International Circuit for you, ladies and gentlemen. As again, it is such a short lap as well around here, so it's really easy to get held up. And I think that is the one thing that a lot of these drivers tend to struggle with here in qualifying, especially considering when you come out of the pit lane, because it's really easy to face traffic at a time like that. And Jafari Blackwood is not having any fortunes at all. He's being held up by none other than his teammate Giulia Cisetti up ahead there. So we're now looking at Rahul Patel in P17 at the moment, so he's not had the greatest of luck in qualifying either, and at the moment is facing traffic as well. As he rounds the final corner, will Patel be able to get somewhat of an improvement in then? There's Charles Scheinert up into 11th. Have to say he's really been a consistent improver throughout this session, Fonksnok Charles Scheinert. Eric Knut goes P15. Ekoto Sambi goes on to provisional pole with a second to go. Finally someone's able to topple Samet Özkan. In fact, Samet Özkan does actually come into the pit lane, and Ekoto Sambi has just taken that provisional pole for himself. Great stuff from the Kenyan. And that might just be the nail in the coffin for the rest of the field, unless any one of these guys is going to be able to do anything. We're waiting for 12 cars across the line. That could be 12 potential people who could go on to provisional pole here. Courtney Simpson's going to be the first man across the line then in his Inging machine. Across the line, no improvement. Neither is it for Linus Timel behind. Next up should be Functional Chow Shinat, as he is leading a very long line of cars behind him. As he heads through turn 10 and then turn number 11. What will Chow Shinat be able to do here? Is he going to be able to get an improvement in, as he's consistently been improving throughout the entirety of the session? Across the line, P8 for Functional Chow Shinat. Decent improvement for him. What about Rahul Patel? No improvement at all. It's been a poor qualifying session for him. Pavel Sai gets an improvement in, but stays in P18. Eric Novosad doesn't improve. Ekoto Sambi will be in. Next up, Zachary Fitzwater then in P4. Can the Australian improve here and get himself up a few positions? No! Zachary Fitzwater stays in P4, and that is it then. On pole position for the first time in Super Formula here at Okayama, Ekoto Sambi is your pole sitter. And yeah, a very, very interesting qualifying then. It's gonna be interesting to see then how this will play out. But time to go through the starting grid then before lights out here at Okayama, and is Ekoto Sambi on pole position. The Kenyan doing very, very well for himself here, and lining up on the front row alongside him, Samet Özkan in the TCS Nakajima Racing. Leon Tremblay starts third with his teammate Zachary Fitzwater in fourth. Incredible qualifying for Kondo Racing here today, as Aiden Smith will line up P5 with Mateusz Material in P6. Courtney Simpson is 7th with Functional Chow Shinat in 8th. Then it's Linus Timel in 9th with Eric Novosad rounding out the top 10. Jafari Blackwood starts in 11th with his teammate Giulia Cesetti right behind in 12th. Then it's Joseph Kang in P13 with Emilia Konishina in 14th. Erki Nyt starts in 15th with Miranevci starting P16, as P17 goes to Rahul Patel, and then the final two spots on the grid will be taken by Pavel Sar and Ryan Adam. Right then, time to go racing here at Okayama. 23 laps await us. Ekoto Sambi on pole position with Özkan in second, as we have 6 lights. And we're underway here at Okayama. Decent getaway for Ekoto Sambi there. Good start from Leon Tremblay as well. Material has got a very good jump as well. Might be able to get himself up to third, but Sambi is facing pressure from Özkan. He's gonna try to hold off the Swede for the race lead here, and he is able to for the time being. So Sambi leads away then from Tremblay in third, and then Mateusz Material in fourth. There though is Tremblay now trying to get up into second, as he tries to have a look on the inside of Samet Özkan, but isn't able to get past, as we now charge down the back straight heading into turn number 5. Will there be any moves into the hairpin? Not quite, or there is actually. There's Tremblay having a look on the inside of Samet Özkan. He's going to try to go round the outside into turn number 6, but he's unable to do anything. There is Chow Shinat then, side by side with Courtney Simpson, as the two go wheel to wheel. Chow Shinat runs a bit wide, but isn't able to do anything. There's Novosad holding off Linus Timel for P9 as they go wheel to wheel, heading up turn number 9. It's gonna have Timel on the outside, background. In the background, there's the two Tomskars going wheel to wheel. Timel tries to hold off the outside line. Novosad, the young Canadian, does his best defending job, and he's able to do it. Oh, that's Cesetti off the road. Oh my goodness, big accident. And that is Cesetti spinning round and round, and I think that's going to be the Italian who won last year's race. I think she's going to be out, and red flag immediately then. Big accident. And we're going to get a restart then. Just about. Not sure if we're going to have the grid reformed. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And just sit tight for a tiny bit. And we'll be back with Super Formula action in a few minutes' time. But yeah, I think we're gonna have the grid reformed. So just sit tight for a tiny bit. Again, I think Chisetti will not start the race if I am not mistaken. Just have to get confirmation on that, or if the grid is going to remain the same as it was before. Yeah, so grid will be the same, bar Giulia Chisetti. So yeah, she will not make the restart, unfortunately, which is a shame to see for Chisetti. We'll get on the way short. And we are back then. For the restart, grid is set. 18 cars lined up. 6 lights once again here at Okayama. And we're underway once again here at Okayama. Good start for Eko Tosami this time. And he should be able to hold off Özkan heading into turn number 1. Tremblant getting a very good start there on the outside. Is he going to be able to get some at Özkan? Heading through turn number 2. It's Özkan on the outside line. Goes on the gravel though. And that's going to give Tremblant the advantage to get up into second. Great stuff from Leon Tremblant. And now Mateusz Material wants to be the next man to try and take advantage of his teammates here, as he has a bit of a look on the inside line. Is he going to be able to go up and alongside his more experienced Formula 1 teammate heading into turn number 5? It's going to be on the inside line there, but Aiden Smith now, out of absolutely nowhere, outbreaks the Polish man. And on the inside line, they go wheel to wheel. Is he going to be able to make this move stick then as they head through turn number 7? Smith on the inside line. Is he going to be able to do anything here then? Yes, he is. And he up into P4. Opportunistic stuff from Aiden Smith. And he makes it work beautifully. Great stuff from the Irishman there. As there's Chow Shynut and Fitzwater now fighting for position. Zachary Fitzwater on the inside line there. Wasn't able to do anything. Simpson's going to try it into the final corner on Zachary Fitzwater. And it's not quite worked for him just yet. Courtney Simpson, he's gonna maybe be able to pull it off into the first quarter then as they head into turn 1. Simpson on the inside line, they're wheel to wheel then through turn 2, but Zachary Fitzwater holds off Courtney Simpson on the outside line then and stays in 7th. There's Rahul Patel getting past Ryan Adam for P16. There's FG, who's made up a few decent places on the start. He's gonna try to get up into P12 ahead of Eric Novosad, but isn't quite able to do anything just yet and has to stay behind. Now hasn't got the greatest of runs. Emilia Konnichina behind could do something here, as Patel is going to go on to his rival last season, Joseph Kang. As there's Konnichina and FG, they bang wheels heading into turn number 5, and then through 6, Konnichina has the outside line on FG as the two go wheel to wheel. Is the Polish woman going to be able to do anything as she dips 2 wheels into the gravel? Not quite, and as we see the two rivals fighting each other, Kang and Patel. Joseph Kang on the outside line of Rahul Patel. Patel able to cut back on the inside as they're side by side then through the 2 final corners. Kang on the outside heading into the final corner as well. There's still wheel to wheel. Kang running a bit wide using all the track available to him as they're side by side heading into turn 1. Sambi with the fast lap, 2.2 seconds clear of Tremblant, as Kang and Patel still going at it, but through turn 2, Joseph Kang defends beautifully from Rahul Patel. That is what you love to see between two arguably titans of the series so far. Looking a bit further up the field, Erki Nytt now chasing down Jafari Blackwood for 10th, trying to get himself into the points then. Let's see if he will be able to do it. As they head through turn number 6, or well, sorry, turn number 8, and then through 9. Nytt about 5/10 off Blackwood. Then we'll see what he is going to be able to do. As we enter lap 4, Sambi with yet another fastest lap. Great couple of first laps from Ekoto Sambi, really commanding the race and gaining an early advantage over the rest of the field. So good stuff from him. He leads by 2.8 now from Tremblant in second, and then Summit Özkan in third, and then Aidan Smith in fourth, with Mateusz Material in P5. There is Erki Nytt closing in on Blackwood, who seems to be struggling to keep it level with Linus Timell in ninth. So Erki Nytt could maybe try something here, definitely, as they head through 8 or 7. And then into turn number 8, Nytt closing in on the Jamaican. Through the final corner they go then. Erki Nytt chasing down Blackwood as everyone starting to settle into their gaps a bit. Still, lots of the guys in the field closely packed together, but there are some that are starting to split apart a tiny bit. We'll just have to wait and see how this is going to impact the race. Erki Nytt still looking close to the back of Jafari Blackwood through turn number 4. Gap is about 0.3 of a second. Looking a bit further up the field then, Mateusz Material, hungry for revenge, trying to take back that P4 from Aidan Smith. They had quite a duel in qualifying then over their qualifying positions. Now then in the race it seems to be Smith who's got the upper hand on the Polish man at the moment, and we'll see if Material is going to be able to close in on Smith, who has quite the gap between himself and Özkan up ahead. Heading into turn number 5 then. Still closely packed as Nit still chasing down Jafari Blackwood. Not quite able to do anything just yet then. There is Mateusz Material. Aiden Smith losing a lot of time on Samet Özkan, so he is really struggling at the moment to keep up with the top 3. And Mateusz Material will be trying to take the best advantage of the situation on Aiden Smith, and hopefully will be able to get past Smith before he loses too much times to the people up ahead. Give me 5 seconds. I'll be back in a bit. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just had to take a bit of an emergency call. Either way, we're back here and looking at Erki Nyt. Still in the battle for 10th here with Jafari Blackwood. We got Eric Novosad there as well. There's Ekoto Sambi then with the fastest lap of the race. Sambi doing very well for himself at the moment, but obviously the big question will be for how long is he going to be able to hold that advantage over the rest of the field, because as I said, it's not like he can push on absolutely forever. There is Rahul Patel still chasing down Joseph Kang. Kang, you put up a very, very good defensive work against the man who he lost the championship to last season. Either way, there is Erki Nyt. We just saw Zachary Fitwater on our screens for a tiny bit. And he is chasing down Function of Chow Shinat for 6th. And you have Erkinit chasing down Jafari Blackwood for 10th. Looking at Eric Novosad then in this battle for P10 as well, with Erkinit and Jafari Blackwood. As we approach lap 11, Ikoto Sambi with the fastest lap once again, 6 seconds. It's is the gap now between him and Tremblant. Novosad then, who did score 1 point at Fuji, will be looking to finish in the points here again today, as obviously he is now fighting for the point paying positions. Then is chasing Jafari Blackwood. Apologies for the long silences at times. Just having to type to a few people, and I don't want my keyboard clatter being picked up on the live stream, because that's a bit unprofessional. But yeah, we're on lap 13 out of 22 now, and Ikoto Sambi still with a commanding lead over the field. Have to say, he has done very well for himself so far. Tremblant not able to keep up, and he has got Samuel Tuska for company there behind. Novosad going a bit wide through turn number 9. Here is Summit Özkan then currently in third. Would be on for a points finish last race at Fuji if it hadn't been for his accidents with Chow Shinat. But now then, he's finally gonna be able to get what he's been waiting for. And the podium as well, I think, will make him quite happy, as he currently sits in third, chasing down Tremblant for second, so it could get even better for Samet Özkan. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what Özkan's gonna be able to do. Erkinit in all these 15 laps has still been stuck behind Blackwood. "16 laps past then. Not a lot of position changes so far. Drivers just settling into the rhythm of the race, turning in the laps, trying to chase down each other. But so far, hasn't quite been a lot of changes just yet. Erkinit getting quite close to the back of Jafari Blackwood now. Still, though, has not been able to do anything these past 16 laps. So I think you could probably imagine it is quite frustrating for Erkinit at the moment. And this track, a bit difficult to overtake on as well, considering how narrow it is as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Nit at the moment. Probably is frustrating as well, as Ikoto Sambi has not set the fast lap of the race. 1:14.939. Now on 17 out of 22. The question is then if even Erkinit is going to be able to strike, because he's been so close to the back of Blackwood for what is 17 laps now, and he just hasn't been able to find a single opportunity to overtake the Jamaican. So we'll just really have to wait to see if he is going to be able to do anything here, as they now head down into turn number 5. Eric Norsad in the back as well there has just been trying to keep up with these guys, and in fact you've had a few other drivers catch up to this little pack, namely Evji and Konichina as well. Heading down the start-finish straight then into turn number 1. Nit still not able to do anything. Lap 19 out of 22 then. About 3 laps to go in this race here at Okayama. Assetto Corsa leads by 11 seconds ahead of Tremblant. It's been a very, very quiet race. There's Erkinit, and now time is really running out for him, but I have to say, Assetto Corsa, he's just been setting fastest lap after fastest lap for 20 laps now. No one's been able to touch him. It is absolutely crazy how he's able to do it. Now then, lap 21 out of 22. Here's Aiden Smith, who actually finally has been able to catch up to Summit Özkan, but I fear for the Irishman, as it is maybe a bit too late for Smith to get Summit Özkan here. So I think Smith might have to make do with 4th in this race. As they head through turn 7, what is Smith going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to at least perform one overtake in this race? I'm not sure. Just have to wait and see. As Assetto Corsa now goes across the line to start the final lap of this race. 12.6 second lead. Absolutely staggering for the Kenyan. As Smith will have, don't think he'll be able to get P3, but he's going to have to settle for P4 in this race. So I think he still can't quite complain about P4, as it's yet another points finish for the man in the Team Dandelion racing car. So looking at his teammate Erkinit, who is going to be quite frustrated with himself, not able to get himself into the top 10. But either way, this man who's absolutely commandeered the field today has driven incredibly 13 seconds to the next car. Assetto Corsa is a race winner in the ACOC. He wins here at Okayama and puts on an incredible performance here at Okayama. Leon Tremblant comes home second for his first podium in Super Formula of the season, and Summit Özkan on the podium as well after the lows at Fuji. He bounces back here at Okayama. Great stuff from Samet Özkan, Mateusz Material, and Aiden Smith keep their points tally going. And that is it then. Hikoto Sami takes the pole win, fastest lap. He takes the treble here at Okayama. And I don't actually have time to go through the finishing order, as I am on a bit of I'm timed here a bit. Let's just say that. But yeah, I think that has been it then for Super Formula. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a race. Let's just say that. Driver of the day for me, I can't give it to anyone else but Hikoto Sami. That was an incredible performance to win by 13 seconds in a spec series. That's absolutely crazy. Either way, then, I have been Miran FG. Next round of Super Formula, we'll be heading over the Pacific to the United States at Watkins Glen. So make sure to not miss that. We've also got, Sebring, not Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is later this season, but it's the first American round, and we'll be heading to Sebring for the first ever time in the ACLC. Next week, we will also have the Formula 1 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So make sure to not miss that. Formula 1 and Formula 2 will be on. Porsche Super Cup on break. But yeah, I have been Miran FG. This has been Super Formula. Thank you